So that should be good. Lack of law regulating funerals is causing tension to rise throughout the city. Longing to join his wife in the beyond, Abe Chambers, 90, former shipwright. 90 years old, 90 summers. Well, winter's more like. I've had a good life, I guess. Well, I've had a life anyway. Not everyone in the old Queeneth crew can say the same. I always thought I'd be sharing my lady's grave, but now Pete's pressuring me to donate my body to the city. Apparently them doctors are using dead folks' skin to fix up frostbite or something. Can't they leave me alone? Haven't I been through enough? I mean, maybe. GL stricken. What are you just doing for a checkup? You only get cosmetics for pre-ordering? Wait, I mean, what, for the deluxe edition for an extra like 10, 20 bucks? New work model. Workforce requirement is decreased. Machine attendees. Apex workers. Resource production efficiency increased. Heat demand is decreased. Let's go with this. Develop IDR. There's only 3 people undecided, so I have to hopefully get at least one for this to pass. Nice.
The votes are in. The measure passes.
Goes with standard edition as well. Okay. We'd have to pass this expedition support thing before they get fucking machine attendance controversy. Stuart, our guards have apprehended a researcher named Max Horkheimer. He was caught trying to destroy documents regarding machine attendance. During interrogation, he said, "With this research, we open the gates to insanity and extremity. It should be destroyed, never thought of again. Technocrats call him a lunatic, not to be listened to. They deem this research to be essential for city's prosperity. What should be done?" What's with all these fucking anti-AI Andy here? Continue and fire researchers or object. Relationships are worsened with forgers and ice bloods. Research speed is extremely decreased. Continue to allow objections. Tension slightly increased. Research speed extremely decreased. We should never have begun researching machine attendance. These options are terrible. Why are there double research speed is extremely decreased here? You're obviously going to want to cancel the project then. Like, as opposed to getting a permanent debuff on research speed. That seems fucking crazy. Do that. That seems just fucking crazy, bro. Send people out. Deal with it, deal with what? Just the Ultimate Star Wars Edition for Star Wars Outlaws is 170 Canadian. I heard it was expensive. I haven't looked, though. Isn't that wild? That's, like, wild. But I'm sadly not surprised. In reality. Let's go to the plains this time. Safe Terry fires to charge. Few Frostland teams required. Possible findings: food. Okay, I don't care about food, actually. Yeah, let's do the expedition here again. Like, that's I think, the bigger, sad thing. Still stockpiling food. Nice. Just like never got enough goods, but in the end it wasn't so important this time. Maybe I put too much emphasis at the beginning on goods. I don't even have enough people to like this. That shit's not doing anything. We just built it for no reason. The industrial, actually, just straight up didn't need it at all. At all, a desire. Let's expand again. Sure we have housing for people coming in. If there is even anyone coming in. A rowdy funeral. There had been a shameful display during a wake yesterday. Some of the deceased families wanted a traditional burial, while others complained about wasteful antics and said the body should be donated to further the city's health care. This could save people's lives, was answered with, I won't risk my father's soul. And as people got more heated, they eventually came to blows. In the aftermath of the fight, the body disappeared, and each side suspects the other foul play. Sadly, this is not an isolated incident. Maybe we need common rules to get everyone on the same page. Commit to solving the issue. I mean, for science, to be honest, Chad, right? Pass expedition support. This one should be easy. Just need one person. Slay them all. I mean, what good's a body gonna do, Chat? In the ground, that is. Pass any funeral category. We'll deal. These guys unhappy now. What's wrong with you? Remote. Nice. Mr. Cat. Also come to sniff my finger. Oh, yes. Very good. Cat. Bro. You're such a troll. Right here. Demand increasing. Technocrats begin protesting. Repeal dutiful youth. I can only do one thing at a time, bitch. Machine attendants. Vote. There's like...
Rejected.
There's like a little too much squabbling sometimes. I want to just like sit and play the game and have time pass, and I feel like I'm clicking these black diamonds a little too often to read some issue. I guess it comes with the territory of like a more in-depth political and social system in this, but... Stuart, as the father came to our offices of the son, they both asked you to hear them out. This boy's not cut for a blacksmith, said the father, his knack for words poetry. I can bend steel, but he can stir souls. Please let him be apprenticed under someone who can teach him to use his talents. This would be an exception for family apprenticeship and a precedent. We'd need to amend the law not to cause an uproar. Tension slightly decreased. Improves with technocrats. Relations worsen with ice bullets. That's fine. Okay, so we need to pass a funerals category. Ceremonial funerals, trust loss resulting from deaths is decreased. Disease is slightly decreased. Research speed slightly increased. Sounds good to me. We have to negotiate for this one, though. With the machinists. What do you want? They really want this machine attendants thing. They want me to fund projects. Okay, so basically just money on this one. Wait, cat. A lot of space on that couch, Mr. Cat.
The delegates have spoken. The law
should have been the NBA Jam voice. Rejected. Look at that old G game. Use fund projects on the machinists. Did I already do that? 176 stamps. Oh shit, it was the machinist, not the technical. Fuck. Where are they? How much do they want? Also 162. Yeah, I'll just stock some up a bit and then go. I assume it's the same ones here, just around the river bend, and then this one is the coal mine. Yep, we can connect a trail. So go like this, and... Wait, how the fuck do we even reach? Oh, interesting. Yeah, we have to go this way then, don't we? Oh, wait, we have to go all the way around. Do we? Wait, how the fuck are we supposed to get there? Wait, do we not need to go to our... Huh? Do we not need to connect back to our town? Yeah, we definitely do. So you have to explore. Like, we started from over here, but we explored in this direction first. Which makes connecting a trail basically impossible, by the looks of it. Yeah, we're actually stuck here. Yeah. Interesting. Maybe... Oh, I might be able to string around here. Damn, what a fucking pain in the ass. Holy shit. It costs 150. Okay, so you can get the trail there, actually. You just gotta micro it in a couple spots. So that other mini trail we built was basically just a waste of money in the end. Okay. It's also week 292, so... Is Frostpunk 2 time already? Well, it's beta for it. Which, honestly, is just kind of a little demo. The real thing is going to come in... It's actually 3 months away now that I think about it. I keep saying 2 months, but it's 3 months. Coughing fits. Started to notice a rise in chronic lung conditions after he started pumping the recycled heat into our housing districts. Doctors suspect fumes from the industrial plants where the heat originates leaks into people's homes. If this goes on, it can lead to bronchitis and even death, especially among the weak and the elderly, said one physician. We could install filters to block the fumes, but this would reduce the amount of heat we recycle. What do you say? Heat recycling now decreases heat stamps' income and is less effective. Relations worsen with foragers and ice bloods. There's nothing positive here at all. Heat recycling will now increase disease. Relations marginally improve. Yeah, they'll be fine. Surely. Like, let's see the rate here. Yeah, we're going down through 613 a day. Through our stockpile. Our food's okay. Yeah, I'm look how quickly that depletes. Like, you need an insane stockpile, right? And now we're fucked for heating. Expeditions group has been caught in the whiteout. Wait, what? I thought they, like, automatically stop. I guess not. In the first one they did. Or maybe they didn't. I can't remember. Well, fuck them kids. Needs more time, man. Needs more time. True evolution. I'll make the calls around here. Survey. Isn't this a Polish dev? Eh? Frostpunk 2 Utopia Builder. Preview survey. The following survey is meant to help us assess your experience. It'll help us refine the game further. It should take around 10 minutes to complete. You can answer in English or Chinese. Are they funded by Tencent or something? You don't get to see outcomes of your choices? It's not even that, I just want to see more of the game, right? Which I don't think is unreasonable. Like, I get they don't want to show too much, but, like, I think this is a little stingy, man. A little stingy, especially considering to play this, you had to basically pay extra money, right? And that's all it gives you for now. I can skip that beta. What you just saw, that's it. That's literally all it is. It's one map, one... Well, you can do different difficulties for the map. That was the hardest difficulty that's available. There's another difficulty above that. But yeah. Survey ID, English language preferred. Following survey is meant to help us assess experiences. Next. No, next. Raj, you rate the experience you had? Probably like a 7. But not to slag the game. I'm just a little irritated that it's so short, right? If I think it was longer, it'd be like an 8, 8.5 experience there. 8 to 9 maybe. What difficulty did you play hard? If you played on easy, if you played on medium, if you played on hard, how did the difficulty of the game feel? Like 8 maybe? 8 or 7? We never got, like, I mean, the first one we definitely would have failed. The second two, I think we would have been fine after the whiteout, right? Like, we learned very quickly, but let's give it like a 7. You stopped playing the game. What was the reason for it? I did not stop. I plan to play further. I've seen everything. I've seen enough. I got bored. I was expecting something else. I mean, we're going to play a little more, but we have seen everything very quickly. Totally pretty excited to play the full game. 4. After playing the preview, do you recommend the game to your friends? Yeah, I would. I still think it's a good, like, it's definitely a good game. Right? It's just super bite-sized, man. But that's to what extent you would agree with the following statement. Utopia Builder preview exceeded my expectations. I don't know. I'm, like, neutral on that. I think I'm more interested in the campaign still right now. To, like, see the systems, and then maybe I'd get more excited about the Utopia Builder once I actually understand the breadth of the game. How do you feel the full game will be after playing the preview? What? I don't know, dude. Probably 50 plus hours. I mean, you could play this game for hundreds of hours. I think they mean the campaign, right? Like you're playing the full thing. Probably going to be around 50 hours. That's my guess. 40 to 50 hours. Have you played Frostpunk 1? Yes, I finished the main campaign and played the DLCs. Rare experience of city building and construction. It was okay. Economy. Actually, honestly, the city building is okay. The economy is kind of whatever. I can't rate my experience with Frostland and exploration because we can't fucking see it, really. So I'm going to give it a 2. But not because it was bad, but because, like, there should be, like, a NA option. Experience with the Lawmaking Council. That was pretty good. Experience with development of new technologies and law ideas. That was good, too. I like that. Actually, yeah, it was good. I liked it. I think it was one of the things they developed really well. This was pretty good, too. I just didn't like that a lot of the... Well, is this really the Lawmaking Council issue, or the fact that basically every time you chose one law, immediately, predictably, the other faction was like, cancel that law immediately. So I think this is actually more that, and it was the faction's behavior. Faction's behavior, I find... I don't know. It was, like, good, but it was also just... It became very predictable, don't you guys think? It's, like, clearly... Like, every time all they wanted was you to either destroy a building of the other faction, or vote on the next law, or... vote on the next law, or, like, cancel, like, repeal one of the laws you just put in. It's not like they're going to read this. On the contrary, too. Right. Very experience of the faction's narrative and art. That's okay. That's fine. Right. Negotiations and voting. Honestly, I think it was a little bland. It was the same. It was like the same 3 options every time. Sometimes 4 options, which was like, give me money. Please rate your experience with the community actions. That was okay. It was Frostpunky. Protests and rallies. Honestly, I think were kind of useless. Protest, you immediately just paid them money or favored them, shouted them out, whatever, and then they just like stopped because they gave a lot of favor. And rallies, I didn't really see the positive benefit when we had them going. Please rate the clarity of the social situation in the city. I mean, it was clear. I just don't think it was that impactful a lot of the time. Like, it's very easy to just sway it. How'd you rate the way the game looks aesthetically? Oh, it was great, dude. Like 9 or 10. It looks really, really nice. It sounds really nice. Game performance smoothness is like a 6 to 7. I mean, once we did upscaling, we were sitting at a solid 60 more or less the entire time. Sometimes we did up to like 50, 40 to 50, like, I think during the whiteout, or like a couple times, but yeah. Music and audio is great as well. That's a 10. I don't know, it's good. It's good for its staying true to the Frostpunk game. If you're playing Utopia Builder, preview to the top things that stand out in a positive way. Music. I mean, I don't know. Difficulty? Difficulty is pretty good. Graphics. Idea, terrain research. Onboarding and tutorials were pretty good. Voting and lawmaking. It was pretty good. Negotiations were meh. Frostpunk exploration UI was okay. Can't say story events because it was Utopia mode. Probably these, I guess. Did the game ever freeze? Guilt. No, but we went there. It's more you don't have time to really explore it, right? No cap. What are the top things that stand out in a negative way? I think protests were not great. I think negotiations were pretty... just... It was the same ones over and over. Very quickly you realize that pattern. Factions were like okay. The thing with factions is like it was cool to have them, but like I feel like they're... I don't know. I feel like they were also just not very impactful. So you just kind of had them there and it was like great. Voting and lawmaking. The voting was fine, and the lawmaking. The voting and lawmaking themselves were fine. I think it's just the vessel of how you were kind of muscled into using them constantly because the factions would bitch about it all the time was the not great part. So I guess it was more so a factions thing there. I mean, I guess kind of city building and construction. I don't really say a negative way. It's more just, if we have to pick 5... Oh, it says max 5. The UI didn't bother me that much. It's not perfect, but I don't think it was terrible either. It was just there. I actually didn't have a huge problem with the city building and construction. Because I don't think that it failed, per se. I think it did what it did fine. It was just not crazy in depth, right? To be fair, I wasn't crazy in depth in the first one either. Just they focused on it in a different way now. Yeah, I'll do that. If you have any additional comments, please let us know here. I think the time allowed 300 weeks on the beta was way too short to appreciate and get a taste for the game, especially when to access it we had to pay extra.
Yes, Daddy. I think D4 is bad.
I mean, the rest aren't really comments as much as I'd have questions, right? I would love to, like, interview one of the devs and be like, you know, what's the thought behind getting rid of this or including this or blah, blah, blah. You're filling out the survey. What? It just went from page 9 to 18. Submit. There you go, chat. I'm doing my part. That was nice music. No, all the aesthetic for this game's been... So, if you're just tuning in now and you wonder, we played this for a while when it came out on Monday, because a lot of us, myself included, are huge Frostpunk fans. So everyone's really looking forward to this game. After 7.3 hours in it, with what is way too little content for this to be even called a beta. It's more like a small demo. My general feel with it is that as a game, it's looking like it will be great. It sounds great. It looks great. It's definitely more complex overall so far. In just a little bit of snippet, it gets a little more complex than the first one for sure. Maybe unnecessarily so in some areas. But it is different from the first one, straight up. It's got a lot of overarching similarities. So you're still fighting the cold, and you still got to get coal, and you still got to, you know, manage your population to a certain extent, and you explore, you know, the overworld and scrounge for resources and social and political decisions to be made and that kind of thing. Where the game, and you build, you don't build in a radial pattern anymore. You build a little more hexagonal Civ style now, you'll see. Where the game differs from the first is that there's a lot less emphasis on micro stuff. So you're not individually assigning single populations to go work in the mines, to go work in like the food camp. You're not putting heaters around the map to extend the heat map out, etc. But there's a lot more emphasis, and on a trade-off of that, a lot more emphasis now goes into social and political management, a couple of new systems there, or expanded systems, and focus on just macro gameplay. You're managing thousands of people now instead of tens of people, kind of thing. Yeah. So it's like I said the first time. I think anybody who's like a super purist of the first game is, I don't want to say is not going to like this game, but I don't think is going to like it to the same extent. Like anybody that was just looking for Frostpunk 1 Part 2 is probably going to be a little disappointed because it's definitely a little different. But anybody who liked the basic concept of Frostpunk and wanted to see evolved or different systems or whatever taken in a different direction, you're probably really going to enjoy this. God damn it. Sorry, there's too much cum in my throat. So that's kind of been my take on it after 7-ish hours. It's hard to really get more and explore more just because, like I said, they limited the preview just a little too much. By the time you're like really ramping up and you survive and the game starts to stress you pretty hard, it's like, okay, well, the preview's over, play again if you want. And you're kind of like, oh, okay. We played 3 times so far. We've gone through it 3 times. First time was obviously a little slow, reading the tutorials, looking through it, etc. The second and third time just like flew by though, once we kind of knew what we were doing. So that's my kind of take on things here. I think fairly accurately. Probably should have clipped that and put it on YouTube or something. In fact, somebody hit a clip. It'll just remind me to check the VOD earlier. That was too long for a clip anyways, but I might highlight it and send it off to Valentia. Just upload game thoughts on YouTube on the main channel. Should probably start doing that more often. Just a little like 5-minute blurb about my experience with the game. But it's been good. So like I said, like just the game itself is great. There's nothing like wrong with it or shitty with it, or I mean for the most part. You're either gonna like it or you don't, just like any video game, but nothing is badly made or it didn't crash at all, like anything like that. FPS is a little and you know, but not not City Skylines 2 levels of not by any means. But you're not getting, or at least I'm not getting like 100 FPS. I'm sitting at like 60-ish with everything cranked to max and with upscaling. And I've dipped as low as like mid 40s during the whiteout big blizzards. That's about it. Now I could obviously turn the graphics down a bit, etc., and it would be okay, or better. But yeah. Why would comments are blowing up? Blizzard announced they were changing the human racial, so no rep gains anymore into expansion. Honestly, that's a good change. That is a good change. I mean, you hate to hear it, but it is a good change, right? And in this preview, by the way, you don't see any story. The entire story's locked. You're in the like Utopia builder mode, which is basically sandbox kind of survival progression stuff. And of that, there's like a ton of different factions and win conditions and stuff, and various difficulties. You can only access one set of factions, one win condition, one map, and easy, normal, or hard. You can't even go to extreme difficulty or mess around with the sliders or anything. So it's pretty limited in scope. It's more like here's how the game looks rather than like test all our features kind of thing. The change completely makes sense, but people are so dumb. Wait, like what are they saying? All people are the scariest? Accurate. Accurate. So, that being said, let's do a round or two. See if I even remember how to play. It's been 48 hours, chat. Forget what I eat for breakfast every day and stuff, you know?